All right, got a long question here, so bear with me. It says, after Thursday's workout, day three, I tweaked my lower back and my right rhomboid. I was squatting in wraps, second or third time ever, and the bar got forward on me, causing my lower back to round. And I think the wraps were too tight for my level, and I lost my position that I would normally have. It was my single for an 8 RPE. I felt the tweak right away and decided not to do the back offsets. The rhomboid is a bit of a mystery, kind of suspecting the bench press because that has happened in the past. Due to these tweaks, I've decided not to do the day 4 workout. Should I be ready for, I should be ready for Monday though. And I want to tell you about this because I'm not surprised that this happened. I just competed on May 13th and didn't do much volume the first week after the contest, but I got right back into training the week of May 21st, and I did not log those workouts. I then started guided programming May 29th. During my time in guided programming, I felt like I've been carrying over fatigue from the previous training cycle, which happened to be Project Momentum. I tend to take a while to build my momentum back in the big lifts. I felt better when I was following Project Momentum and never got close to having injuries come on. I'm not sure if my current volume is too high, or if I never properly deloaded after my contest, or if I'm carrying fatigue into this cycle, or all of this is normal. It's hard to say if my injuries are from volume, most likely getting out of position. Anyway, tell me what you think. I'm still having fun in guided programming regardless. From the sound of it, and purely based on the sound of it, because I don't know anything else, I would say that the problem stems from a technical breakdown when you were squatting in wraps. It maybe is exacerbated by fatigue, whether that's fatigue that's held over from previous training or fatigue that's accumulated from this training. I don't know. And without, maybe track data could shed some light on that, but without some additional data, I wouldn't know. And I'm not sure that that's necessarily the causal thing. Maybe it's a contributing factor, but you've got to have some fatigue in order to get the training throughput that you need to get stronger. So I don't think the fatigue is the thing that needs to be changed. It sounds to me like the causal factor was getting out of position on a new movement. And that does happen. I would advise you in the future, in a situation like that, be more conservative on your RPEs in the beginning. Try not to push those so much. But I mean, at the same time, you're going to have to push it eventually. If this was, I believe you said it's your second or third session in wraps, obviously you weren't pushing to a 1RM. You're pushing to a single at an 8. If I was there training with you, I wouldn't have said, well, a single at 8 is going to be too much. Maybe on that first week, you would have played it more conservative. And then the second week, not so much. But by the third week, I would think a single at an 8 for a trained lifter is not too much to ask. So it could be just an issue of getting out of position. And sometimes those things happen. And sometimes we pay the price for our mistakes. That's just kind of the breaks sometimes. But now that you're in this position, the question is, how do you get better from here? How do you get back to training? How do you get back to lifting the weights that you were lifting and beyond? So I've talked about this before, just kind of some ways to come back from some simple strains and things like that. And it's not clear to me based on your email what exactly the injury is. If you know that it's a simple strain, then I would look at some of those reintroduction protocols that we've talked about in some past coaching calls. If you're not sure if it's not just a simple strain, then I would look into seeing a professional. I definitely value that type of professional input. So if you can see a physical therapist or something like that and get a better diagnosis and get a better protocol as far as returning to function based on your specific injury condition, then I think that's going to be fundamentally better for you. And if you're not sure about that, you don't have anybody around that can kind of fill that role for you, let me know. I can point you in the right direction for that.